What am I doing? Yay, y'all. This is your girl Q1 and I am back with Double Lives of Suburban Wives again. Because I've been in the middle of content and I deleted it because I ain't like it. Anyway, season 1, episode 3, The Girl Next Door. Before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Okay, shout out to y'all for comments, likes, and all of the things, because y'all know a girl is a pre-recorder. Okay, and I very seldom do lives, but I'm trying to get better in with lives and whatnot. Don't forget to hype up the video. If the feature is here, please be sure to hype me up. You know, I guess we can go into a new week of hypes, so at least hype up one of my videos. I appreciate that, y'all. I do. Episode 3, y'all know that we last left with the ladies in a circle trying to get Megan and Bree to talk. Bree was like, I'm not having that shit. We not having this conversation here in front of any of these ladies. We're going to have a conversation alone. That's it. That was that. So Tammy and Macy were in her room talking, and they were talking about the whole situation, how, you know, they should be talking and how it's a divide in a group. No, you guys are making it a divide. You are making a divide more than what it should be. If they don't talk, then they don't talk. Eventually they're gonna have to come to some common ground, but if not, that doesn't have anything to do with the group. And I would appreciate Bree, because this is what I noticed in these 3 episodes. Bree goes to Tammy, and Tammy is her little mouthpiece in order for Megan to talk. When Megan is ready to talk, Megan's gonna talk. But see, Megan, let me tell you, you cannot come on this show and be like, oh, I can't speak on it. If you don't speak on it, okay, because we tired. We really tired. Like, again, say it or don't even talk about it. Put it on the word playground, like Monique said. Put it on that playground or don't talk about it. Because all of this, oh my God, because you getting on my nerve. And I like you. I like you, Megan, but you getting on my nerve. So Brie comes into the room and she claims she don't know why Megan is mad. For me, I don't think she's being honest. I very well think she outed Brie. Okay? Anyway, we meet Emily. Emily is the redhead lady. She has 4 kids, 6 cats, 23 snakes, a partridge, and a pear tree. And her husband is a business owner. He also works a 9 to 5 as a store manager. And they are snake keepers. 23 snakes to be exact. No, ma'am, Pam. Y'all need to go buy y'all a snake farm with the content money that you create. Okay? So the type of content creator she is, she's like a fetish content creator, and she meets the needs of those that have fetishes. Like, I think she made $2,000 to sit on a balloon and make it pop. Girl, listen up. I'm in the wrong profession. Okay? The way I would sit on that balloon and pop I need to know where to sign up. I'm just kidding. Anyway, her husband, I didn't catch his name, y'all. I usually catch the husband's name, but I didn't catch it this time. So they were on food stamps at one point. They didn't have a place to live, so they had to live with her mother. And that was that. But they decided to get into the world of adult content and create. She creates different type of content. It's not just adult, it's fetish for, you know, for adults or whatever. So anyway, she didn't go to the barbecue, but, you know, she talked to her husband. You know, they didn't go to the barbecue. And then we find out that she doesn't have girlfriends. She said that she's been pregnant most of, you know, the time, so she didn't have time to, you know, be girlfriends with anybody or find friends, which I hate that for her. And now at her big old age, she's now trying to learn how to maneuver in a friend group. And it's pretty, what's the word I want to use? Intimidated for her to go into a friend group that has already been established. So she really don't know what to think at this point. So she just gonna go in there and do whatever she need to do. Anyway, we see Tammy. She says she's, we know Tammy been in church off and on. She says she's been like that since she was a kid. But in this church, the last church she was in, she was serving on ministries. She was very faithful in the church. But when her pastor found out she was into the adult content, he kicked her out of the church. He sent her with her box and her Bible and said, go to somebody else's church. Okay, he said, the pastor said, we don't do this over here at this Methodist church. Okay, we don't do it at this good Catholic church. Okay, we don't do this at this Pentecostal / Baptist / Kojic church. Okay, we don't do these things here. Go find another pastor. Go find another church. And sent that lady on her way. The pastor didn't say all that, but they said enough to be very judgmental. Anyway, the husband was saying how not only did their pastor kick them out, sent them with a Bible in a box and kicked them out, he judged them, berated them, and belittled them. And this is very sad. This is very sad because, again, quoting what I've heard most of my life in church, God is working on me. For the people who've been sitting in church forever and a day, God is always still working on y'all. And those that always profess to claim, oh, church is for the sick people. Is it? Is it? Because a lot of y'all, y'all don't be right in here. And always go by, God sees your heart. I'm a heart person. I am a person of integrity. And when I look at you and you're not displaying integrity or either one of the fruits of the spirit, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Okay? I'm just saying. Like, it is not your job. It is not your job to judge anybody. You are not Jesus. You are not God. You cannot judge me. Okay? Lay out your stuff. Then y'all can judge these other people and whoever else. So this is why her husband doesn't go to church. And I don't blame him. Anyway, she says she's not sure if she's going to get kicked out the new church, but she has not disclosed any of her information about her content. And I just kind of feel like, why? Because them kicking you out their church, they nasty asses probably be paying for that content. Them the ones who probably want the fetish on their content. Okay? And they probably want it like that because First Lady so-and-so is too busy working with her women's group and all of her things of the church. And too busy for him. But he may be judging y'all and still peddling with Sister Grace that sit in that middle row in that same seat talk about preach pastor. Girl, get out of my face. Fine. Okay. So we get back to Emily. Emily's outside talking to her nosy ass neighbor, Miss Rhonda. Okay, Miss Rhonda was like, oh, I saw your new car. Y'all see, y'all have a couple of other cars. I was just wanting to I was wondering if you probably was like, are y'all dealing drugs? Girl, Miss Rhonda, is your man be dealing drugs? Huh? No. So I just don't think you need to be saying that to these people. Again, it's the level of entitlement that y'all feel like y'all have to other people's lives. That is definitely beyond me. So I just feel like Miss Rhonda need to mind her black ass business with her white ass, okay, and go back in your house, okay. This lady can do this because this lady can afford it, okay. The only thing I felt like the one thing you needed to do is ask that lady, show me your bank statement. I need to know what y'all do. Like, girl, you need to mind your business. Anyway, we get back to Tammy. She's sitting in the church and she says she goes to church because God knows her heart. And, you know, she gives a lot. God does give us love and he gives us grace. Even when other people don't. You know that you have grace and love from the good Lord. Okay? But there is somebody out there who will always extend grace. This is not for me I just feel like as a Christian, as a woman of God, my job is just to love on you. I can't say nothing. If you want me to know something, then you'll tell me. And my job is just to, if I have a word on my heart, I'll give you a word. If it's just my ear you need, I will give you that. But it's all about you and whatever it is you need, because obviously you need a safe space. And if I can't feel a safe space with a person or being in this entity where there's supposed to be a safe space, yeah, I won't do it. I'm just saying, like, our job is not to be judgmental. I'm not, unless you request me to be like, hey, listen, I need you to pray for me. Got it. I used to say my job is always to pray for you. It's not even that. I will only pray for you if you request that. Other than that, I'm just here as a vessel. I'm here for whatever I'm supposed to be doing when it comes to people in that the contact between me and another person. I'm just here to be a vessel. That's it. Anything else, anything you have going on outside of me is not my business, and it's not for me to change you. It's not for me to make you to be whoever. No. And I think people should stop doing that. I think that, I don't know why y'all get a hard on for that, but that is disgusting. That is aggravating, and it is not safe. You guys are not safe. Not everybody, but a lot of times y'all are not safe. Like, I don't understand. Anyway, sorry y'all, I'll just be going into these little stupid these crazy tangents. Don't mind me. So Tammy said that her last pastor had told her that they need to look in the mirror, after she told them what she was doing, after he outed her or whatever and told her what he found out by some messy ass. See, that's what I'm talking about. It was probably some messy ass person in the church. And the thing is, you so damn messy and you ready to go, whoever reported it to her pastor, report the shit to her pastor. But my question to you is, if you're such a Christian, why the was you watching that? Why was you watching? Okay? Like, that's the type of questions. That's the type of questions I be having. Like, yeah, somebody outed me, but can't you look at the other person? You might be talking about me. Yeah, I'm doing it. But the person who came and told you, they sitting down watching the shit. And from my understanding, we ain't supposed to be watching it either. Okay? From y'all rules, we ain't supposed to be watching it. I ain't supposed to be giving it. I ain't supposed to be doing it. But guess what? They out there watching it. And that's all I'm going to say. So her pastor told her that you can tithe, but you can even be at the church, but you couldn't serve. So my money is good enough. My money that I'm making content, that my content money is good enough. I'm just not good enough, but you'll take my content money. Y'all can go directly to hell with that one. This woman's money is good enough to tithe to your church, but she's not good enough to serve on a ministry. And you wanted her away from the church. Yeah, y'all got life and bullshit fucked up. Okay? So Macy, Heather, Emily, and Megan are hanging out because Megan wanted the girls to come out. This is minus the other two. So, bitch, I'm going to say it again. Emily is 37 years old. I say, I know the hell you lying. But, hey, I digress. Emily asked the ladies what happened at the barbecue, how was the barbecue. So she was just asking some probing questions. And here come Macy. Macy is caught off guard with Emily asking so many questions. So Megan tells tells Emily, well, I'll have a conversation with Bree. We'll have a conversation alone, because talking there was never the right time or the right place. And so Megan said in her confessional, she's not ready. She's not really ready to have that conversation. She had to, have the nerve to have that conversation, because I'm coming at you in an accusatory way. I don't know if you did it, but my brain is telling me that's what you did. It don't make it right, but my brain is telling me that you outed me. And so I need to handle this conversation with care, and everybody don't need to be privy to the conversation I'm getting ready to have with Bree. But something tells me Bree is going to go around telling everybody about the conversation she had with Megan. So Emily was like, oh, okay, cool. Macy pisses me off. She's okay. You're not okay with Emily asking questions and asking what's going on and what's happening and whatnot. But you're okay with Tammy pulling everybody aside, trying to make fetch happen. You're okay with that. You keep saying, and you're going to say it next week, I'm trying to protect the group. Protect them from what? Because it's given you don't like Emily. You didn't like her the moment you met her, and you think you're better than her, and you don't want her in the group. And that's why I don't like you. And again, I'm going to be on you like white on rice. Why do we say white on rice? Like beans on rice. That's how much I'm going to be on your ass. Okay? Ain't no mountain high enough. I'm just saying, like, she just, and I'm going to say this, because Emily pointed this out when Bree did that to her. And even when Bree came in, it was the air that Macy had about herself, the way she was kind of low-key looking down on Emily. I don't like it. So Macy was like, you're asking questions about our friend group that you're not really a part of. And she was like, well, I'm just trying to protect this group. And she said in her confessional, because I'm coming out to the group, I don't want Emily to ruin that. How is Emily going to ruin that? You're trying to deflect because you're still scared to come out. And somehow you're trying to place this on Emily's doorstep like she did something. Emily didn't do anything but ask questions. And I don't see nothing wrong with it. But the truth of the matter is, you was a scary hoe. Standing your shit. If this what you're doing, if this the type of content you're doing, then stand in that. But don't try to make Emily your scapegoat. And I feel like that's what you're doing. Anyway, Macy is still undercover about her content. She's nervous at how the world would look at her. Whew. Sorry, y'all. Whew. My bad. And I just kind of feel like you're doing team too much, in my opinion. You're coming down really hard on Emily, and it don't make no sense to me. If you can make it make sense to me, yes, I would love to hear it. But what you're doing, how you're going about it, it doesn't make sense. It really, like I said, it is really given. You have made up in your mind that you don't like Emily. You have made up in your mind that you don't like Emily. And I hope Emily stay on your ass this entire season, but we'll see how all of this plays out. So Emily said in her confessional, Macy is doing the same thing that she's sitting over here crying about. She's crying about how the church people will perceive her and how they're going to be judgmental. And you just turned around to give that same judgment to Emily. I do not like Macy, y'all. I really have been giving this lady the blues. I cannot stand her because you are so phony. You're very phony. Like, you're such the hypocrite. This lady new to the circle. Instead of you welcoming her, you want to be nice nasty. I'm not trying to be mean, but you was being mean. Okay? I don't like that lady. Anyway, Megan and Bree. I was so annoyed with this conversation because, girl, why'd you taking too long? Just ask her, hey, did you out me when you got outed and make me lose my job at the school? Yes or no? That's all you had to say. This took a whole unnecessary 3 to 5 minutes just to get it out, and this was the end of the episode. Don't piss me off, y'all. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. But that's where I was at with it. I'm a little over it. Okay. Anyway, y'all. With all of that being said, this is your girl Kiwan reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye bye.